Hey guys, just mute yourself, or I'm going to go ahead and mute you. Welcome, welcome, welcome. So glad to have you here. I am Paul McMann with Forex Smart Trade. At Forex Smart Trade, our mission is to help you become the best version of yourself, and we do that by teaching you how to currency trade with our very accurate proprietary trading tools. And we supplement that with what we consider to be the best in the business, personalized one-on-one training. And personalized one-on-one training is what we found the only way to really effectively learn how to do this well. So with our trading tools, we have a dozen different signals off of these trading tools. And we start people out kind of slowly with a kind of a simple signal, and then we add a little bit more to it and add a little bit more to it. The signal I'm using is going to be something called the 10-point trade, which basically tries to get all the lines to line up. And then if we have some time right at the top of the hour, we'll see if we can get a little scalp trade with something called the thick orange line trade. With that, before we get going, we need to listen to this guy. So let's get him going.
Due to federal and state regulations, we are providing the following disclosure. Please stay tuned, as this will take less than a minute. Foreign exchange, futures, and cryptocurrency trading are highly risky, and you can lose all the money you invest should you decide to engage in live trading. We are not responsible for your investment, trading, or tax decisions. We are not licensed financial advisors, traders, accountants, stockbrokers, or attorneys. We are not licensed commodities brokers and do not engage in or facilitate commodities transactions. We are not an introducing broker, and we make no recommendation as to where you should invest or what broker you should trade with. As you apply what you learn, we recommend you seek advice from licensed professionals. Any trade results that we show should not be considered typical of our students. We do not and cannot track the results or performance of our students' private trading accounts. We do not know what a typical or average student earns or loses trading. This is not a get-rich-quick program, guaranteed system, or business opportunity. We sell training and trading tools. We make no promises our training or tools will generate future income for students, and you may not make your investment back, including your investment in this training. Any redistribution or recording of this material is strictly prohibited without advance written permission.
All right, that guy's kind of a downer. But one of the great things about our program is that we do these live trades. Purpose of the live trades is threefold. One is to give you some training, so where you can see a good trader do their thing. People trade with different, use the signals a little bit differently, or trade with different signals based on their personality. So one of the things we do in the training is try to figure out. We show you the various signals and find one that resonates with you, and then create a trade plan around it. When you are a light member, you get access to the trades that are outlined in the yellow portion of the document. When you become when you enter the program, you get another additional 10 live trades. We do a trade in the morning at 10 a.m. Eastern time, a trade in the evening at 10 p.m. Eastern time, a trade on Sunday when the market opens, and then there's also additional paid sessions that you can go to. So lots of opportunities to learn, and while you are learning, you get to take provided you agree with my analysis, you get to take a trade. Somebody's figured out a trade that most likely has got a high chance of winning. And that goes back to the reason we do these, is so that you can just copy the trades and see for yourself, hey, these guys are pretty accurate. So I trade off of a trade routine, and my first step is to make sure everything is connected. I ran out of time this morning, so I ran out of time this evening, so I didn't get a chance to reboot everything. So let's keep our fingers crossed that we don't get a freeze up here. What else? Every day it is good to do an analysis of the previous of the current day, actually, to see what we did wrong and try to improve on it. When you're trading off of a 5-minute chart, it's a little bit harder because you're taking lots of trades. But when you're trading off of an hour chart like I am, you're going to take anywhere from 2 to 10 trades in a day. Taking a screenshot right before you take it is a helpful way to be able to share what you were looking at with somebody who can give you that feedback. As we are technical traders, we're trading based on price action. News impacts currency. So we want to know what that news is so we can trade around it. And to get that news, we go to Forex Factory. And Forex Factory kind of breaks things down in a nice little 3-color code scheme. Yellow is for low impact, which we don't need to worry about. Orange is for medium impact, which I generally don't worry about. And red is for high impact. High impact can impact the market. Sorry about that. Let me. Come on. Let me put this on mute. Where was I? This is so distracting. So red is high impact. I like to trade around those. I don't want to be in the market when these items are happening. And we have clear sailing. We've got yellow. We're at the next news announcement is something on the Australian dollar at 7:30. But it's all yellow until tomorrow morning at 8:30, where the U.S. dollar has got some news. The trade that I sent out tonight should be closed before then, so we don't need to worry about that. And any trade that we take, any trade that we take right now should also be closed before we get to this mark. So we are good with that. So let's go ahead and see what we've got for trading activity. And I am going to go ahead and open up the new chart. During the weekend, they updated the software. So when they do that, if you are experiencing a glitch, send a note in an email into the office. I was trying to do some things on the weekend, and it was down for most of the weekend, where I was going to do a little back testing. The chart I just pulled up is something called the Light 6 Major. I call it also the Composite Chart because it's showing me 6 different currency pairs, all with these on the first chart are primarily US based, all on a 1-hour candle, which means these candles have 1 hour of information in it. And on this 10-point trade, I start with the middle chart, which is the majors and minors. The red and green line are the major indicators. The black and gray line is the minor indicators. And I am looking for situations where these lines are either below the red line or above the blue line. If they're below the red line, the market is oversold, and that means it is a good buying opportunity. And the timing is right when these lines are pointing up and they're below here. Likewise, when the lines are up above the blue line, they're pointing down, or when they're above the blue line, the market's overbought, and that becomes a potential buying opportunity. And that buying opportunity happens when the lines are pointing down. And I like being on either side of the blue or the red line, because I'm going to be able to run it through the channel. And as it runs through the channel, I can get a bigger run of pips. So right now on the Australian USD, we are in the middle of the channel. So there's no trade here. Euro USD, we are oversold. Minors are going up. Majors are starting to go up. They're a little sideways, but we're not going to trade this right now because this is off hours for both of these currencies. 6:30 here on the East Coast, It's close to midnight in Europe or in the UK, 1 a.m. in Europe. So our indicators work better when there's a little volume behind them, and there's volume behind them when it is morning trading time in one of the currency pair sessions. So again, same with the pound USD. We're kind of off hours. Here we're in the channel. The minors are going up, but the majors are going up but sideways. And we've got this kink in the line, and this kink in the line really bothers me. So even if this were a pair that would be good to trade now, I wouldn't consider this because of that kink in the line. USD Canadian, again off hours, and we're in the middle of the channel. USD Swiss franc, we are overbought and still going up. I want to catch it once these lines turn. So our system is really very simple and very easy to understand. I am looking for situations where the lines are up here going down, or the lines are down here going up. USD yen, we could take this because it's approaching morning time in Japan, but we are overbought with the majors. Minors are still in the channel, and we're going sideways. I want these lines going down, so we're going to pass. Nothing on the USD, and that is kind of typical because the dollar's involved in all of these pairs. So now I am going to open up a new chart. I basically clone this chart, and I have cloned this chart, and I basically cloned this chart, and I've named it 6 Major 2. So I'm going to open this up, and these are primarily non-US pairs. So euro pound, again, this is off time for both of these, but this is a nice signal. Like, so if I see a signal like this, even though it's kind of entered into the channel, this is nice. What makes it nice is the lines are all clustered together, and the green line is nice and steep. So I'm looking at the steepness of the green line, and I want everybody pointed up. So this is a very nice signal. So when you see that on a pair that you want to trade and it's the right time, this is the beginning of a good signal. But let's keep going and see if we can find one that we can trade. Australian dollar, yen, this is something we can trade, but the majors are overbought, but they're going sideways. Minors are still in the channel, so we've got conflict here. Even if this were coming down, we've got the minors going up. I want everybody going down. Reason I want everybody going down is that we increase our accuracy. Each of these lines are measuring something different, and we increase our accuracy when we get them all to line up a certain way. So that's what I'm looking for. And if I get them all to line up a certain way, I've got a good chance of the trade doing what I'm predicting it to do. And really, I only need 2 or 3 of these trades a day, and I'm on to other things. So no here. Euro Canadian, we're in the middle of the channel and it's not the right time. AUD NZD. This is something we could trade. Was there news something coming up? There was some. Forget now. Nope. No news. All right. So for whatever reason, I was thinking some AUD news, but NZ, no, so nothing coming up. All right. Overbought going up, and we're in the middle of the channel, so nothing here. Pound yen, we could trade this, but we are going up, and we're still in the channel. It's just reaching the overbought side. Euro Australian dollar, oversold. Everybody's going up. So we've got 3 points here. Point number 1 is that we're oversold. We're below the line, even though we've entered into it. The miners have gotten halfway, but I don't. it's okay. I'm looking at what the majors are doing. So as long as the majors haven't gotten halfway, we still have the chance of getting that run. So I've got the second point is that everybody's pointing up. And the third point is the green line is over the red line. It's crossed over, and the gray line is crossed over the black line. So I've got a double cross. So those are the 3 points. Once I have that, then I am going to go up to my TNTs and count how many lines are consistent with the buy that I am seeing here. So the 2 orange lines, the thick and thin, are both going up, which is telling me buy. Blue lines are inverted. Blue is coming down. Thick blue is coming down. And dotted blue is going up. So when thick blue is coming down, that means buy. So 3 of the 4 are telling me buy. I want a minimum of 3 of the 4, and I've got 3 of the 4. So when I have that, then I go down to my pressure, and I want the pressure lines to either be going up, or I want the green line over the red line. I've got neither. These are kind of going sideways. They are converging. The lines are converging. The signal is getting a little stronger. It's going sideways, but not up. And then I'm also kind of glancing at what the green line's doing. The green line isn't quite horizontal. It's just a hair bit sloped down. So the green line isn't even going up yet. So on all counts, I don't have a point here. I want a point in all 3 sections. I don't have the point here, so I am going to pass. I'm going to pass. So let's open up a new chart. Oh, well, all right. So we are on 6 major 2, so I'm now going to open up 6 major 3. And I'm leaving these other charts open because we're going to come back to them and see if we find a thick orange or a 10-point trade if we don't find a thick orange line trade. Canadian yen, middle of the channel, so nothing there. Euro NZD, where majors are approaching overbought. Minors are in the middle of the channel, but everybody's still going up. Pound NZD, middle of the channel, everybody going up. New Zealand yen, middle of the channel, a little bit of conflict. The minors are going, majors are going sideways. Minors are going up. Gold SUD, oversold. Majors are going up, but minors are going sideways. This is one I would consider taking, but we don't have the signal here. Let's see, get everybody muted. I will answer the question at the end. We're going to pass on the Bitcoin because not everybody can trade it. So let's open up one more. Indicators. And now we will go to the 4th chart, 4th major. We have a 5th chart, but that's indices. And most of the indices are tied to the stock market. And the stock market doesn't trade now. So we can't trade those indices. Those are only during the day. But one of the great things about the currency market is it is a 24-hour market. So we can trade whenever we've got some time, Monday through Friday. AUD Canadian. We're overbought, but the miners have the majors have turned before they've entered the channel, and the miners are still in the channel. Swiss franc yen, where majors are overbought, but everybody's still going up. Euro yen in the middle of the channel, everybody going up. Pound Australian dollar, we've got a mixed signal here. Majors are going up, minors are going down. So we're going to pass because of the, Sorry about that. New Zealand, Swiss franc, middle of the channel, everybody going down. Canadian Swiss franc, it's off market hours for these guys. All right, so in the last 10 minutes, we've gone through 24 pairs, and we did not find a trade using the thick orange line signal. In fact, it seems like the last 3 weeks we've kind of gotten shut out on this Monday evening trade. But that is okay. We take the trades that the market gives us. We're not going to force anything because we need to have a trade. When you start forcing things because you need to have a trade is when you make mistakes and you decrease your accuracy. So now we're gonna switch gears and we are going to go for a little scalp trade. Little scalp trade is called the thick orange line trade, which we take right at the top of the hour when certain conditions are met. And it's a simple trade because it doesn't really require much calculation. It's always worth 5 pips when we're trading off of a 1-hour chart. And I am looking to see what this number is. This number is the scaled number of the thick orange line. And when the thick orange line is as low as it can go, when it was like back here, that's 0. When it's as high as it can go, it's at 10. So it goes from 0 to 10. When it's at 10, this number means that, hey, there's not much more up. There's no more up in the movement. There's no more up in the movement. That's a good time to sell. Likewise, when it is at 0, there's no more down in the movement. That's a good time to buy. But again, we're interested in our accuracy. So we're not going to just rely on what this single number is. We're going to look for support by going down to our majors and minors and seeing where these lines are. So if this is at 0, I want all these lines way down below the red. And when I have condition 1 and condition 2, that's a good trade. And it's good for 5 pips. And I want to take it when there's less than 5 minutes left in the hour. So let's just keep going through and see what we see. So here we got a 6.9. That isn't close enough. Here we got a 9.8. 9.8 is within 1 of 10. If we are within 1 of 10, it is a good trade. But now let me see my backup confirmation that says we're maxed out here. So if I go down to my majors and minors, they're still in the middle of the channel. So I only have one part of the trade. I don't have both parts. I want all of these lines up here. And then I've got a good trade. The other thing that about this, again, we're off time for both of these. So even if we had both of those, I don't think I'd take the trade. Let's see, 2.4 is not close enough. 4.7 isn't close enough. 2.1 isn't close enough. So let's go to the next batch. 6.3 isn't close enough. 0, yes, that is close enough. So we're at 0. So now I want confirmation that, gee, we're maxed out. And I don't have that. We're overbought here. So I want these lines way down here. So I've got part 1, but not part 2 of the signal. So I'm going to pass. 2.2 isn't close enough. 4.9 isn't close enough. We were just at 9. It went to 8.9. Let's presume that we are at 9, which is within 1 of 10. So this is high enough. Now the majors are just touching the blue line. So this is the best one we've seen, but it's still not good enough for me. I want these lines higher up. I want them up here. So there's still up left in it, because what's happening is when I get that 10 and I get those the majors and minors well overbought, there's kind of pressure. There's pressure on the candle, and when that new candle snaps, when the hour changes, we're going to get a little bump, and off that little bump, we can get 5 pips. So again, Euro AUD, we're at 10, so that's nice. But here we're just entering the channel. We're just entering the channel, so we're going to pass. So let's go to the next group. Canadian yen, 5 isn't close enough. 7 isn't close enough. 9, ding, 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 is close enough, but we're just getting to the overbought line. I want these guys up here. So ideally, I'd like to see these lines like we see over here on the Bitcoin. We have both here on the Bitcoin. I am not going to do this because not everybody has a signal. We're gonna pass on that. But this is kind of a good signal here on the Bitcoin. Let's see what else we've got. 0.9. That's within 1 of 0. But again, we're in the middle of the channel. I need them down here. Gold, 2 isn't close enough. And that Bitcoin is kind of interesting. And to tell you the truth, I haven't traded Bitcoin yet, so I'm not sure I want to make my first Bitcoin trade with you guys. I want to kind of practice a little bit more on my own. What do we got here? 3 isn't close enough. 5.8 isn't close enough. 5.1 isn't close enough. 10, yes, but no, we're not high enough. 0, yes, not low enough. And 8, nothing. So guys, we've gone through 24 and 24 and didn't find a single signal tonight. So I'm sorry about that. I always like to try to give us a trade or a little bit of an opportunity to make some money. I'm going to pass on that Bitcoin one because I haven't played around with it enough to be confident in it, and I don't want to recommend something that I don't have confidence in. With respect to my confidence, one of the questions we have is how accurate is the 10-point trade for me. The 10-point trade, the accuracy on that is not like the accuracy on the thick orange line trade, because the thick orange line trade is a little simple trade where it doesn't require much discretion in how you take the trade. On the 10-point trade, it has a number of factors in it that influence what the trade is. And you've got to do analysis to figure out how many pips. So since there's like 3 pieces or the first step is the setup there. Once we see the setup, then the second step is, do we have confirmation of the setup? So we're going to look at, say, in addition to the 1-hour chart, we're going to look at the 2 and the 4-hour chart to see if we got confirmation. Once we have confirmation, then we're going to look at a clean chart and see where the support and resistance are and where we're sitting with respect to that support and resistance. And then we're going to try to figure out how many pips that trade is worth. So there's kind of a lot more that goes into it. So the percentage isn't quite as easy to calculate, but my percentage is 80%. My percentage is a little over 80%. John, that sounds good. Let's compare. Let's compare notes. You are you're doing a step better than me because Andrew doesn't like to take my calls because I complain about things a little too much. But he is a good man. I like him, and I can understand why he'd rather have me email him than call him. When I trade, I really principally trade. I've got a question as to what strategies that I trade with. Most of my trades are on the using the 10-point trade. I use I've got to admit I'm a little lazy, and the 5-pip trades are okay, but if I'm going to put and they don't really take much analysis, so that shows how much lazy I am. I'm really looking to try to get at least 10 pips on a trade, and if I get 3 of those a day, I'm doing great. So that tends to be where my focus is. I used to trade the thick orange line a little bit more when I was new because I was looking for pips, but now I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I principally use it when I do the live trades just so we can get a couple trades in, because it's easy to get a trade and people understand it. But one of the great things about the program is there are multiple signals. You find one you like. So, again, I've simplified it twofold. One, I principally only use that 10-point trade, and I usually only trade the euro dollar. Occasionally, I'll trade something else. It depends on the day. Like if today I was looking at some other trades because I started the day with the loss, so I wanted to kind of pick up the pips that I was behind. But on a normal day, if I don't need to, I won't, because I'm comfortable with the euro dollar. What else? That's it. So we're going to do this again tomorrow morning at 6:30 a.m. East Coast time, and hopefully we will find some. We will find some. It's rare on the morning trades that we don't get something. It seems it's a little bit more on the evening trades. I don't know if we need to think about the time that we're doing this. You really can't do it much earlier than 6:30 because the spreads go huge at 5 o'clock until a little bit after 6. And since I start my day so early, going a little bit later is hard for me because I'm out of gas now. All right, gang. Thanks so much. We'll see you tomorrow morning, and we will get some good trades. And thanks for being here. Bye-bye.